Naomi Osaka is, without question, a tennis powerhouse, with several Grand Slams under her belt. Of course, in order to play at the caliber Osaka does, she has to take great care of her body. Here's what Osaka eats every day to stay powered up. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, or so goes the old adage. This certainly seems to be the case for Naomi Osaka, who makes sure to start her day in a healthy way. She told Pure Wow, "Typically, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is drink a smoothie that my trainer Yutaka Nakamura makes me. It has kale, spinach, coconut body armor light. I feel like it has kiwi in it." But that's not the extent of Osaka's breakfast. She went on to say that she also enjoys rye bread with smoked salmon and avocado. That's something she confirmed in an interview with Teen Vogue, though she was having it on bagels instead of rye bread at the time. She told the magazine, "I've been eating the same breakfast for 2 weeks now, which is a salmon bagel. I ate that before my match." And in another chat with Vogue, Osaka made a version with focaccia.
But this morning I'm using focaccia.
As for any morning caffeine, you won't find Osaka drinking coffee. According to Us Weekly, she's just not into it. Given that Naomi Osaka is an elite athlete, her eating habits depend on what kind of activities she's doing at any given moment. This is especially the case when she's hardcore into training, as her diet gets pretty strict at that time. She told Teen Vogue, "It's going to sound kind of extreme, but during the off-season, I was eating boiled foods. I would boil chicken and broccoli and no carbs." While some folks may allow themselves another healthy item on their plate, such as rice, Osaka's training regimen is far too strict for that. That was even the case when Osaka was in Japan and tempted by all of the yummy rice-based meals that are available. She said that while she was looking forward to the rice dishes, "I'm not really allowed to eat carbs leading up to a tournament, so I'm a little sad about that, but hopefully I'll have at least one good meal." We hope so too, as the food in Japan is incredible. What even is life if it doesn't involve snacks? While Naomi Osaka's diet is always very healthy, she still makes room for between-meal snacking. She told Pure Wow, "If I snack during the day, maybe I eat an onigiri with umeboshi in it or mixed nuts. I would say I don't snack that often, but for example, I'll eat the onigiri right after I practice and then have the nuts after a gym session." Osaka is also a fan of eating the rainbow. She told Us Weekly that she often enjoys fresh berries with melon and a low-calorie Body Armor sports drink, adding, "If I'm in a rush, my go-to snack is freshly cut watermelon." The latter she drinks because she said it's so important to rehydrate. When Naomi Osaka is preparing for a workout, she makes sure that she's properly fueled. To that end, she makes a coconut smoothie which has a base of chia seeds, a banana, berries, ice, and a coconut-based sports drink. Specifically, Osaka makes sure that her pre-workout smoothie is chock full of these ingredients. She told Us Weekly, "My favorite fruits to add in are strawberries, blueberries, and a frozen banana. Sometimes I add mangoes. My go-to trick is, if fruits are starting to go bad, rather than waste them, I cut them up and place them in portion-sized baggies and freeze them so they are ready to go for my shakes."
I'm just a regular 23-year-old who happens to play tennis. Tennis makes me hungry.
Just as Naomi Osaka makes sure that she's prepared for her workouts every day, she also takes the time to care for herself after she completes her exercise. Once again, Osaka will reach for a smoothie to nourish her, but this time she doesn't go crazy with the sweetness. She told Us Weekly, "After my workouts, I'll make a recovery smoothie that has more vegetables instead of fruits. I'll use spinach as my base and then add in cucumbers, lemon, protein powder, and Body Armor light coconut, plus apples and pineapples sometimes for some extra sweetness." And that's not all, as Osaka also boosts the flavor profile of the drink with spicy ingredients like ginger, which we definitely support. Indeed, while Osaka's recovery smoothie does have apples or pineapples in it, she added that they take a back seat to the spinach and cucumbers after the workout is over, saying, "Most importantly, I make sure my evening smoothie is always more vegetable heavy versus too much fruit." The smoothies help her get plenty of fiber, which is important for a healthy diet. You may or may not know this, but Naomi Osaka is from Japan. She was born there to a Haitian father and a Japanese mother. But when she was 3 years old, she and her family relocated to Long Island, New York. But that doesn't mean that Osaka has left Japan behind. Far from it. She even gave up her US citizenship to play for Japan in the Olympics. Clearly, Osaka's Asian heritage is important to her, and that's often reflected in the foods that she eats. For example, when it's time for her afternoon meal, Osaka reaches for a chirashi bowl with ponzu sauce, as noted by Vogue. Chirashi means scattered in Japanese, which gives you a clue as to how the dish is assembled. It's a bowl of rice with fish, vegetables, and other ingredients. Competition is extremely important for Naomi Osaka, as it's where Grand Slams are won or lost and history is made. To that end, what Osaka eats during tennis matches couldn't be more important. So what does Osaka eat during competition season? According to executive chef Diane de la Cruz, who was in charge of food at the 2021 Miami Open, there are some favorites among Osaka and other tennis stars. She told People, "Everything is popular since they eat a lot, but past experience tells me that the pasta station and yogurt parfaits are what they will love the most." That's how things played out 2 years prior, according to De La Cruz. She explained, "We had to make an average of 300 to 400 a la carte pasta dishes a day for them 2 years ago during the last Miami Open, and we went through 400 yogurt parfaits in one day. We have plenty of delicious pastas and yogurt parfaits ready this time around." There's a good chance that Osaka dined on one, if not both, of those dishes. Speaking of what Naomi Osaka eats before a big tennis match, aside from a potential meal of pasta and yogurt afterward, Osaka has a funny story. On the night before her big win against Serena Williams at the 2021 Australian Open, Osaka decided to change up her pre-match meal. She said in a post-game interview, "For the past 3 weeks, I've been eating Japanese food on the day before my match, and yesterday, I decided to eat Greek food." While that in and of itself isn't anything to write home about, what happened the next day certainly was. First, there was the stunning upset that happened in the match between Stefanos Tsitsipas and Rafael Nadal, as Osaka tells it. She said, "So then I went to sleep and I woke up, and Stefanos Tsitsipas beat Rafael Nadal, so I'm like, ooh, maybe this is a sign. Maybe I should keep eating Greek food." As we all know, Osaka went on to beat Williams that day, so maybe there's something to the moussaka, olives, and feta. In May of 2021, Naomi Osaka's habit of dining at Sweetgreen turned lucrative for her. That's when she became the first ever athlete ambassador for the healthy chain, where she reportedly dines several times per week while training. As part of the partnership, Sweetgreen took her regular order and put it on the menu in their app. Specifically, Osaka's custom bowl consists of warm quinoa, baby spinach, cilantro, tomato, tortilla chips, raw carrots, goat cheese, blackened chicken, lime cilantro jalapeno vinaigrette, avocado, and Sweetgreen hot sauce. The partnership with Sweetgreen looks to be a mutually beneficial one, as the chain's options seem to align with Osaka's personal food philosophy. She said in a statement, "I'm proud to join forces with Sweetgreen to change the way the world thinks of traditional fast food sponsorships. As an athlete, what I put into my body directly correlates to how I perform, and eating delicious, healthy foods fuels my daily routine." She added that she's excited to, quote, "create a positive impact with the restaurant."
Okay, Naomi. Sweetgreen is naming a salad after us. What should we put in it?
Even though dinner might not have the reputation that breakfast does when it comes to importance, it's certainly something that Osaka prioritizes. Given what she eats the night before she has to perform, this is not the least bit surprising either. She told Pure Wow, "I usually eat dinner around 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., but sometimes the times get a little pushed back. My dinner is very, very important, so I don't really miss that one that much." So what exactly is it that Osaka likes to enjoy for her evening meal? She said, "Before matches, I eat plain pasta with olives or chicken. It's not too complicated." However, there are likely nights when Osaka feels like cooking a special family recipe, such as her mother's spicy lamb stew, which is a fusion of Japanese and Haitian cuisines. She told Priceless, "I would definitely describe my 2 favorite styles of food as Japanese and Haitian, so this is a match made in heaven for my taste buds. I have fond memories of this dish for as long as I can remember." One of the things that we all got pretty good at in quarantine was cooking our own meals. For some of us, it was the first time we found ourselves with a ton of spare time on our hands, and Naomi Osaka definitely took advantage of that. She told Us Weekly, "I really love cooking. I got to experiment with it during quarantine, and it just made me love it even more." She told Glamour that because she travels so much as a pro tennis player, being at home to cook was a welcome change. She said, "When you're on the road as much as I am, having the chance to be home and cook is really relaxing and comforting." One dish in particular that Osaka decided to master during her time in lockdown was risotto, a dish that she really made her own. She continued, "I love the texture and comfort of risotto, but I put my own spin on it. I added protein that you don't normally find in risotto, changed up the cheese, and I used sushi rice." Osaka's recipe is open-ended too, so you can customize it based on what you have lying around. She told Glamour, "This is a good time to experiment, and you can substitute items in this dish that you may have in the house. You may have leftover steak or shrimp in the freezer, or you could add in chicken." While the vast majority of Naomi Osaka's diet appears to be extremely healthy, she does have an affinity for a certain kind of frozen treat. When asked if she was a fan of ice cream, she told Teen Vogue, "Only green tea ice cream. I don't eat it when I'm training, but if I win a tournament, I would want to, but I still haven't." Eventually, Osaka finally did get her celebratory green tea ice cream in 2018 after fans began tagging her in social media posts about the dessert. She tweeted about it saying, "So I finally ate green tea ice cream, haha. You can stop tagging me in your ice cream pics now, lol." But Osaka must have broadened her ice cream horizons, as she later sang the praises of another flavor entirely, telling Us Weekly, "I love vanilla ice cream with no toppings. Nothing can top a plain bowl in my eyes." Hey, all ice cream is good ice cream. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite celebrities are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.